Now, the one thing that most professionals tend to worry about is being rendered obsolete. Like today you're the good guy. Well, it isn't so much the good guy. You are the one who's good at doing that job. And then you wake up tomorrow and it's like, yep, you've been replaced by a mobile phone application or something. And with AI, okay, the rise of AI and all that, this is happening faster than you think about. In fact, most jobs are already being taken over by AI. In this video, however, we are going to be talking about jobs and skills that AI will not replace. For now, okay? For now. But before you do that, look, if you're interested about learning about, business, commercial contracting, negotiation, managing supply chain risk, all that stuff, right? Just check out our website, zeroightnetwork.com. Or if you like to get all that stuff in your email sent to you weekly, just look at the description, sign up on our newsletter, and you'll be accessing PDFs, okay, downloads, you'll be accessing practice exercises, videos, all that stuff, right? So check that out, or just head over to zeroightnetwork.com. Now, what you need to understand about technology is that technology is not, any technology you can think about was not created by someone whose main focus was to create employment. Employment creation is just a side effect of that technology, okay? Technologies are about speeding up results, cutting costs, and bringing about efficiency. And if they create a job, okay, if they create employment as a result of that, then that's a good thing. Look at this, okay? YouTube, right? You think the guys, Steven Chen or something, you think the guy who are starting YouTube are doing it so that people can become YouTubers and they can be millionaires and they can be digging wells and doing all that stuff? No, okay? They're just looking for a way of, entertainment and to sell advertisements, because that's pretty much it, okay? Like the YouTube economy is create content, we'll put advertisement on your content, advertisers pay us, we pay you, and then we repeat the process. And if they don't pay us, then maybe we create a premium version where you pay for entertainment that doesn't have ads. It's not even that complicated, right? So, but now we have YouTubers, okay? We have people who actually make money through this technology. But don't confuse that with the chief objective of the technology. So the same thing goes with AI, okay? So if AI is going to take your job, it's not because, Anyway, look, from a procurement and supply chain point of view, okay? The following are some skills that AI is yet to replace. So we're talking about things like leadership, strategic thinking, cultural awareness, adaptability, entrepreneurship, innovation, risk management, stakeholder management, effective communication, compliance expertise, legal knowledge, crisis management, ethical sourcing, empathy. It's a long list, right? But the key thing, okay, the key thing that is going to affect you is not that list. The key thing is what sort of jobs require those skills, because the sort of jobs requiring those skills, AI isn't going to replace those jobs just yet. So which sort of jobs are these? Now, they include things like, number one, strategic procurement and supplier relationship management. Strategic procurement managers focus on high-level decision making, which means aligning the procurement goals with the organization goals, okay? Because if those two are not aligned, there's going to be a problem. And that requires a human touch, okay? Because it requires a deep understanding of business objectives, market dynamics, and risk management. The question might be, well, what makes that one hard for AI to replace at the moment? And the answer is actually not that complicated. It's simple. You see, AI can analyze data, suggest suppliers, but humans must build relationship with the suppliers, negotiate complex contracts, and make trade-offs where necessary. Now, regarding something like relationship management, managing your supplier relationship, okay? AI will actually go through the metrics and point out, this guy hasn't been supplying. And a simple supplier management software will actually do that. It will tell you supplier X is behind on the delivery. Supplier B hasn't hit this KPI, right? So it will point out those things. But trust and collaboration in strategic partnership require human interaction. Number two, sustainability ethical, risk, and compliance roles. So something like ESG, okay, environmental, social, and governance. These are things that are now in just about every company, okay? And stakeholders, in fact, some stakeholders will actually pull the investment out of a company because the company fails at one of those things. So it's one of those things that people are really paying attention to. It's not like back then when you could just say, we are making money. How are you making money? It doesn't matter. I mean, we are polluting the ocean, but the key thing is you're rich, right? So things are changing. That's not working anymore. Okay, people are now more environmental conscious. People are now more worried about like your human, okay, your labor practices, or okay, human resource practices. Like you just can't make things cheap. You can't just make these pens cheap by exploiting, say, children, okay, child labor, and expect to get away with it everywhere. In some places, they won't even boycott that product. So those things are happening. Unfair labor practices, pollution, unsafe raw materials call for a need for compliance with standards. And the challenge with those things is that they require human judgment. AI can track sustainability metrics that have been developed, but defining ESG strategy and enforcing ethical sourcing needs human oversight. And the same thing goes for risk management, okay? AI can actually identify risks, can tell you that shipping route is likely to have a problem based on what? Based on, weather reports, historical data, or even news, okay? So if there are a lot of things about pirates and then to be like, okay, yeah, don't, it can do that. But then the actual decision has to be made by a human being, because sometimes you can just say, okay, yeah, but So that's the reason why that or those jobs are still safe from AI for now. Number 3, high-stake negotiation and conflict resolution. The thing with negotiation is that negotiation can be tactical or negotiation can be strategic. Tactical negotiation is the sort of day-to-day negotiation where you want to buy an item, okay? And basically the day-to-day negotiation. Now, that tend to be routine. In fact, sometimes you just focus on the price alone. It's like, that's my offer. Nope, this is how much you're willing to pay. Or you just look at quotations and then decide. You don't even bother negotiating with the supplier. But strategic negotiation is different because strategic negotiation tends to be more complex. For example, partnership with supplier to deliver engines for Formula One cars. You see, that's not something you want to leave, to AI. Okay, I mean, if you are in F1, you notice that some of those teams don't make their own. Haas doesn't make their own engine. Okay, Red Bull. Okay, currently they are doing that, but a company like Williams will depend on Mercedes as at now, as at time of shooting this video. What about? I mean, Ferrari will do it. Look, the point is, those sort of negotiations tend to be complex. So you're not going to leave that one to AI. So if you're the one doing that, then you're still safe. AI can analyze pricing and suggest negotiation tactics, but persuasion, emotional intelligence, and deal-making instincts are things that are left to the humans involved in the negotiation. I mean, if you're dealing with crisis, okay? So yeah, AI will tell you that there's a high chance that there's going to be an earthquake, okay? Why? Because of the geographical positioning and all that stuff, right? But then you are still going to have to, some human is going to have to make a decision regarding how long do we take before we leave this place. So those are crisis management. Those are going to be done, those decisions, okay, are going to be done by people, especially people who are in charge of the supply chain. So that's, yeah, safe again for now. Number next, supply chain strategy and decision making. So the question then becomes, what sort of roles fall under this particular job or task? And in this case, we're talking about things like supplier diversification and risk management, okay, vertical integration for competitive advantage, just-in-time and lean inventory management, logistic optimization and cost control, sustainable and ethical sourcing. And to make these more practical, take a company like Apple, okay, the makers of your iPhone and things of that nature. Well, the laptop, the Mac. The company doesn't rely on a single supplier for its crucial component. They have to diversify to manage risk. Apple designs its own processor but outsources manufacturing. That sort of creates the vertical integration. So what's the point here? Well, the point is AI can provide insight and suggest models, but shaping procurement vision, aligning it with corporate strategy, and managing executive relationship is a leadership function. And just so you're on the same page, okay? This is my list. So if you can think of other jobs that you know AI won't be taking away anytime soon, just leave them, okay? Leave them in the comment section. Also, as I said, if you like this sort of content sent to you via email, you can sign up, right? Now, or if you just want to download some materials, study materials and things of that nature, just head over to zeroitnetwork.com and you can access those ones, plus some of my courses. Anyway, look, number 5, okay? The next job that isn't going away anytime soon as a result of AI, okay? The next procurement job is AI and digital procurement leadership. Yeah, that bit isn't even that complicated, right? If you're the person doing things that relate to AI, then obviously AI isn't going to replace you. I mean, that's sort of just there. AI won't replace the people designing, implementing, and optimizing AI-powered procurement systems. What sort of systems are we talking about in this case? Well, in this case, we're talking about systems that do things like spend analysis, supplier risk management, contract management, intelligent invoicing, etc. So remember, buying a software is one thing. Using the software effectively, well, that's another thing. AI can process data, but interpreting findings, aligning insights with business goals, and telling the so what story, that will require a human being. So look, if you're not going to develop the software, you just need, I'm not even talking about software, I'm just talking about putting yourself in a position that can analyze what has come up, what the AI has given you, and make a decision. It's like if you're coding, okay? So if you go to like ChatGPT and say, this is the thing, okay? I want you to code a software that can, an interface or whatever it is, okay? Just whatever prompt you put at, the thing. So if you don't know anything about coding, you're just going to assume everything that you've been given there is true. It's like if you ask it to give you some statistics, it can say 80% of people who watch this video don't subscribe or whatever it is. Well, then just add another prompt. Ask them the AI to tell you, where did you get that statistic? It'll be like, no, I made it up. So sometimes they lie. And so you need to be good at looking at the data and making decisions. If you're that kind of a person, then yeah, you are still safe. Look, this was just a video on jobs that AI want to be taking away soon. And as I said, if you have others, just add them in the comment section. Anyway, see you in the next video.